Flight boss, bitch, you know, for sure. You're now listening to the Mind of an Antares Moon. I'm the Archangel Uriel, and Dolo here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And goddamn it, y'all got 14 more motherfucking hours. The time is up. You gonna have to get the fuck off your feet. Go lay your ass back down. Labor time is gonna be motherfucking over. 14 more motherfucking hours, and then we're gonna have a complete full fucking moon. Then it's gonna be time to rest. I mean, if you ain't put in all the actions and did everything you was trying to put out, as far as the seeds that you had planted when the moon was waning, when the moon you still got 14 more hours left. So the moon is waxing. So for the most part, the moon is going to be completely waning 14 more. Now, why I say 14 more hours from now? Because right now the moon is at somewhere between 20 degrees Libra, 23 or 24 degrees Libra, right? So that means when the moon goes into Scorpio, the moon is going to be completely full. So, you know, when the moon gets completely full, it's going to be no longer waxing. So waxing, that means it's still eating, you know, I mean, that means it's still eating. So, you know, the moon, it appears to be full right now, but it's not really technically full. But aspects of a full moon gonna still happen. For example, say you're not completely full, but you've been eating at the restaurant and your plate is almost completely done. Now, you may be technically full, but you still just have just enough to finish the plate. You see what I'm saying? So that's how you have to look at right here when we talk about motherfucking the moon. Now, so what that mean, as in our terms, put in your last bit of effort. So you technically have 14 more hours left to put in your last efforts, put in your last pushing outs that you was gonna do, and then it's time for you to sit back and relax and go back to taking care of business, practicalizing, observing, having an imagination, imaginating, creating, and start formulating these seeds, because these are how seeds are created. So you get back to that process. So, you know, this another weekly, monthly thing. You know, this is a thing that keep going on, you know what I'm saying, over and over again. But, you know, push out you got 14 hours left, you know, finish pushing out all the energy you was pushing out. Then you have to go back to receiving the shit, because it's like the moon about to shit all over everybody right now. So the shit in our realm of reality was coming down on us. It's gonna look like was grown from us. See, everything is like upside down, like a clock, or like the ticking thing. What y'all call that? The timer thingy. But for the most part, you're gonna start seeing the fruits of your labor. So so everybody who put in all the work and shit like that while the sun was waxing, 14 hours from now, which is tomorrow, you're gonna be able to see that you're gonna start seeing the first manifestations, the first sparkles, the first sparkling shining lights of the manifestations of your fruits and labor, of with the work you was putting in. You're gonna start seeing the fruits of it, the labor of it, and then that should be able to you should be able to utilize those fruits to sustain you and sustain your ideas and creativity to formulate the next seed. So when the moon start to wax again, you start the process over, but you should be on a bigger level, a larger scale. Everybody should be succeeding when people correlate themselves with the moon cycles. You see what I'm saying? So it goes even deeper than this. We're talking about a full moon being well, they say the full moon is in Libra, you know, but for the most part, we got the belly getting full in Libra. But the full energy aspect is going to be coming out through how the new moon came out, through Mars type energy, because it's going to go through Scorpio. So for the most part, with this full moon being in Scorpio, right, this is a person going to receive the fruits and labor, but this is the highest intensity going to sleep. You ever seen someone was like, you did everything you wanted to do that day. So all your excitements is at top level. So you get so exhausted, right? As soon as you hit the bed, you're going to sleep. So you already know what you about to dream about and shit like that. But when we look at the moon itself, the moon falls in Scorpio. So I like to say anytime a planet is in its fallen sign, it's sleep there. So when a planet is sleep, it can either have a nightmare, which would be translated when you are awake in the physical terms, you having a lot of doubt. Or it could be a beautiful dream in the physical realm, how that play out if you have a fallen planet in your system. It will play out as you doing things that you never thought you can do before. But the reason you did it was because you actually didn't doubt yourself, and you said fuck all that energy that was draining you from it being in a fallen state in general. Or it can just play out as a normal dream. You get along with it like everybody else get along with it, and sometimes it's weird and sometimes it's not. So when we talk about moon coming here but being full, this is the moon going to sleep on a full belly. So the moon's smiling, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of times it might have ate something that may make it wake up in the middle of the night. So let's hope it don't have to wake up in the middle of the night or anything of that nature, because it will do that in Scorpio. But for the most part, it's just going to sleep on a full belly. So the dreams that it's going to have here is all the most deep depth and dark ones. So if you've been planting some nurturing seeds, some good beautiful, giving it good light and good water, not no heavy water and water that got dirty shit in it, like doubt and negative emotions and shit like that, then look at it this way. When you start seeing the fruitions of it, your fruits in the tree is going to grow in storm, in a rain. So you might have to go outside and get your fruits with a coat on, or you may have to go get it in the rain and hurry up and go get it and shit. Like, you can't enjoy the travel to go get your fruits of the labor, but for the most part, you still got your fruits and labor to sustain you. So for my spiritually inclined people, y'all understand that metaphor, but let me break it down a little bit more simple for y'all. Since the moon is in Scorpio, the moon don't like to be here anyway. But the moon is full. You see what I'm saying? So whatever you was doing when the moon was waxing, you're going to see the fruits and labor of it. If you was pushing out a bunch of negative thoughts, a bunch of negative seeds, and acting on a bunch of negative shit, being too gossipy, you're going to see the fruits and labor of that shit. You're going to be you was calling people all last week talking about, yeah, fuck them, and then this week the whole reason the relationship is the way it is going to be because of you, and you're going to be like, damn, how's it because of me? Yeah, you created that tree. But for the most part, it's almost like the moon coming here on a full stomach, so it really can't move. It needs to rest, so it ain't going nowhere else. But it's resting it's resting in an uncomfortable place. So say like the place you about to crash, you had the craziest night ever, the best night you ever had. So as soon as you hit the bed, you gonna crash. But the night whatever happened, you can't crash in the bed. You crashing in the motherfucking in the jail cell. You know what I'm saying? And then you not even processed in yet. So you just in the motherfucking solitary or whatever the fuck they call that before you even get processed in. So you just amongst everybody waiting to get processed in. So you have to fall asleep on a bench. But you still smiling and shit because you laughing about what just happened in the night. You see what I'm saying? How you was just relating to everybody with the moon being a Libra. So for the most part, it's playing out like that. So, you're not even going to care where you at until you wake up in the morning anyway. But for the most part, it's going to sleep on a full stomach. So, these dreams about to be heavy. The things that you manifested, and the fruits and labors that you see come from this tree, from the seed, from which you was just planting, they're going to seem more than what they actually are. So make sure you're not putting yourself in an illusion, and you're not tying no fixated grudge or no fixated excitement on one. You know what I'm saying? Because not only, it's always vice versa. Fixated water, Scorpio, yeah, they fixated on emotions and feelings, but that doesn't necessarily mean is always down emotions and feelings. Some of them motherfuckers be fixated on pleasurable ones, and the pleasurable ones could make people turn into motherfucking what they call that, creeps, or motherfuckers, or super sexual motherfuckers who want to do super nasty shit. You know what I'm saying? Like shit that you never thought nobody else would do. Like you might be a girl, you might be like, go outside and get a rock and put it in my asshole. Like some shit like that. You be like, what the fuck wrong with you? Like, you know what I'm saying? She be like, damn, I should have never told him that. Some shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Like it's some super shit. But but it just goes into the depth. But when we talk about the moon being here and on a full tummy, all this is being brought about. So even the things that you have, the things that you're starting to see the fruits and labor of, they're going to see more than what they are. So make sure that you're not in an illusion and you don't have a super excitement on it, or a super passion, or you see something more, or you have something and then you're trying to use this as an ego or some type of authority, and what you actually have ain't even what it appear to be. You just in that you in that world because you accomplished that. But to someone else, that ain't shit. So you running around like it's some type of prize possession or something like that. Keyword possession. You get possessed by that thing, and that thing, and you ain't that thing. That thing is you. You supposed to wear the clothes. The clothes ain't supposed to be you. You see what I'm saying? So it's going to dive deep when we talk about here. It's going to be very illusion. With the full moon, people going to the depths and the darkness of how people think. They want to go to the stretch. They want to go to the stretch and furthest imagination of that. People probably going to feel a little bit of that aspect now. A little bit. You know, but people want to go to the... to that realm of reality. People, and the way people react and respond, they actually want to act on these things right now. They're going to want to act on these things. And then by the sun being in Taurus, you know, this is bringing all of this into reality, because we know what opposition, what creates friction, also was the same energy that brings the things together. So, you know, the opposition is a very powerful frequency vibration by itself, because what attracts also creates friction. But it's the same energy. So, you know, it can actually create balance, chaotic, or it can be in between, to the point that we need to learn when something serves its purpose. The opposition energy goes so deep. So when we talk about Taurus being here, this is going to be the actions and the way how we supposed to see things, and what we supposed to be consciously aware of, and how we supposed to view things. So it's supposed to be in a fixated earth way. So this is how the best way our signs can correlate it based upon our angles to the alignments today. That's how we have to do it. So, you know, the best way I'm an Aries, so the best way I have to do my actions towards the sun being in Taurus is the best way I have to do it. So I have to slow down a lot of times, but it's going to be best to my nature, best to my spirit if I do that. So for the most part, you know, actions and things of that nature have to be on stability, getting fixated into something, security. So I have to make sure that's what's being involved here. But when the moon slide into Scorpio, and by it being a full moon, you know, things going to get blurry. You know, the things you're going to react and respond to isn't necessarily on the same page as the things you should be putting your feet into and getting fixated into. And it's going to kind of rip you apart from reality. So your actions is going to be in reality, but your mind and your soul ain't going to be in reality. And you're going to start to imagine a bunch of other shit and dark shit. So you're going to automatically start planting new seeds. And these seeds is going to automatically kind of be negative a little bit by the moon being in Scorpio. So you automatically going to have on your mind what's the worst can happen in your situations. Or criticizing something, or the negative shit. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be the first thing you start. So those are the first formulations of the energy of the seed that you formulated, right? And then not only you're making a seed, right? This seed is in the energetic force of Scorpio, which is ruled by Mars. So it's already in intent, willpower, passion, alternative motive, desiring type of energy. So you may even get psyched and blinded into thinking you need to act on a lot of these emotions. So you're going to get blinded by your fixated emotions and feelings in a time that is not needed to be acted upon. So you're going to be just planting seeds and creating seeds and spitting out physical seeds in a time that you need to just be making seeds. So these physical seeds is going to be duds, not right, not going to grow right, no fruit going to come from it. One going to be motherfucking, nothing's going to come from it at all. One going to be, the stem going to be lazy as fuck. Never got strengthened and shit like that. You don't have to find yourself wasting money on going to the pharmaceutical store to buy all these fucking extra chemicals and shit to add on to your shit to make your shit some type of hybrid, when in natural reality your shit is just chemically defected now, aka your fucking seed, and your fucking seed still ain't shit. So you end up having dwarf seeds and seeds that don't grow that big and shit like that. And that play out in your everyday life as regular situations and scenarios dealing with the same people, places, and things in your life, but the outcome of these situations is not in your favor. You're not playing out any positive outcomes. It's outcomes of you wanting to get the fuck away from these people, places, and things. You know what I'm saying? In some way, shape, or form. So be very careful right now with the Mars going into I mean not Mars, but the moon going into Scorpio, because your fruits and labor is going to see more than what they is. Even if you was planting a bunch of negative seeds when the moon was waxing, and the moon's still waxing, got 14 hours left, but for the most part, if you was to push out any seeds right now of any negativity and things of that nature or opposing, right now when it comes back, when it's time for you to motherfucking wane, when the moon is waning, it's getting ready to wane in 14 hours, right? It's time for you to shed and relax and enjoy the fruits of the labor, because the fruits of the labor should be all hanging off the tree right now for you to pluck, and you should be able to pluck all the way during the time that you're imagining and creating the next seed for when the moon wax again. But say these fruits are from seeds that you created was negative and bad, right? And negative energy and opposing to others. The fruit that you're gonna grab now is gonna be like kind of nasty. So for an example, the fruits of labor that you are manifesting in your life right now is all the circumstances of the shit that you was doing, the actions and the shit that you was pushing off, and it's coming into your life now. You gonna see the representations of it. Like, damn, yeah, I shouldn't have said this person. Well, now that I know myself and I'm watching Archangel Ariel, yeah, I shouldn't have been acting that way towards this person last week or this week, because now they wouldn't have the idea that they got right now, or they will be around, or they wouldn't be around right now, or they wouldn't have this idea, or I wouldn't be in this circumstance. It's going to play out in a bunch of that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of you sitting back digressing like, oh, okay, damn, that's what the fuck going on. Oh, damn, shit, damn, what the fuck? Oh, shit, ooh. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's a powerful energy. It's like I could go on and on about this, and I haven't even broke down what is a full moon or anything yet. So I'm gonna go live today. I'm gonna go live around 7 o'clock, and the actual what I was gonna go live about before was about the sun relationship with the Neptune, your sun relationship with Neptune, and that's how you see your imagination. So that's gonna be the theme. But we're gonna dive a little deeper. We're gonna astral travel, and we're gonna dive a little deeper into the moon, the moon going into Scorpio, and the moon being full. But for the most part, I want to do this too. I want to break. I want to wait to 7 o'clock. I want to go live right now because I like to wait till it start getting dark time, so we can go into the womb, go into the darkness, go into the spaceship, and actually we don't have no lights, aka person, star in front of us trying to say, nah, fuck them. Just look at me right now. Let's talk about me. Let's talk about me, and trying to get all the attention. Let's wait till that motherfucker come and go. Let that motherfucker laugh and go on ahead. So we can be amongst everybody. You know what I'm saying? And this is how I look at going downtown or going into the city in the astral realm. When it's nighttime. When it's daytime, that's like being at somebody's house. And then we at this one motherfucker's house, and he want all the motherfucking attention. Man, wait till that motherfucker go upstairs in this room and get ready to get dressed so we can all go out and go downtown, you know what I'm saying, into the city at nighttime. You know what I'm saying? So we could be in a motherfucking flight cave. Flight boss, bitch, goddamn air.